G'day groovers and groovettes, welcome back to my place. Again, and groovettes, everyone's welcome, of course. I'm here today with myself and Cody.
Hi.
She's coming to join me for the weekend, and today we've got a well hung whole blade.
Dad, what's well hung mean?
Well hung means that it's been sitting in a chiller for 32 days. 32 days this thing's been in the chiller, being nursed along by Ben Everson, who's been looking after it. You know, he's hung out the back of the cool room for a whole month. Right, and these are massive big cool rooms, right? They're not in a humidifier like you see in all those documentaries or cooking shows and what like. Similar, but just in a big chiller, massive big chiller. It holds about 200 bodies plus, you know, probably more than that actually. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do today, and we're going to bone it out and we're going to do a few different things with it. Because it's a whole primal, you're going to get so many different cuts out of it and so many different uses, right? So one of the things, the first thing you're going to need is a sharp knife, which I've just put on the stone a couple of minutes ago, right, to make sure that it's nice and sharp. And a steel, remember you've got to have a good steel, right? Keeps the edge on your knife, which is pretty important. When you're going to cut yourself, you're going to cut yourself with a blunt knife. Right, so in part of the bone and out, right, the top part, right, is what we call the undercutter blade, which is this part that runs along the top, right, and we've got a little bit of a sinew that runs over the top of that. Right, so you take that off the top, try not to cut yourself. Right, and that's your undercutter blade, right? And I'm going to clean that up. I'm going to use that for a stir fry.
I love your stir fries, Dad.
Yeah, I'll go right in a walk. Right, and the next bit that's going to come up is what we call the shepherd's tongue, right? Shepherd's tongue, or chuck tender. There's all different names. Different countries have different names. So here we go with that. Right, so we mark down both sides of the bone. Just get underneath that side there. Right, come up over the top of this side. Right, so far so good. So we've just released it around there. If you notice, it's all black around the outside because that's all the aging process. It's all really dry. Right, so we turn it over, and you've got a bone that runs right along the side here. So we're going to find that, which is on the top of the scapula. There we go. So you'll find the top of the blade runs along here. So we just want to mark that. And we're going to just pretty much peel it off the bone. Oh, you probably can't see that. Right. Then that's our shepherd's tongue. Now we mark down the other side of the bone. Go right to the bone. There's going to be a little bit of meat left on it. Turn it over. Go underneath your bone. Try to pick up the membrane. Right. Look at that. Got a little bit of meat left on the bone, but I picked up that membrane. Very hard to get that out. But there's going to be lots of little bits and pieces left. Alright, so there you go, we'll whack that in and over there. Alright, that's the bone out of the way. Okay, so we'll do a recap. Right, okay. So what we've got the shepherd's tongue, which I'm going to probably dice that up, put it into a masala.
I don't like your Indian dishes, Dad. They're too hot.
Yeah, I know. Get a bit overzealous with the chili at times. Right, now this part, what we're going to do, we're going to take out here, right, and this is one of the best cuts of blade, I reckon. Right, this is what they call the oyster blade. Oh man, I love oyster blade. I reckon it's probably the best part of it. Now you're going to have little bits and pieces out of it, so we're going to knock that off the end. Take off the dry bits off here. Right, bang, right. Then you got that sinew on there that you want to take off, the membrane. which is tough as old boots. Take that off. Right, then you've got your fat. I'm going to take your fat off the side. I don't really like taking fat off meat, because what is fat? Fat is flavour, and helps with the digesting of meat, doesn't it? Right, so we just peel that off. Alright, so we'll just clean that up, take a little bit more of the silver off. Right, and there's our oyster blade, which you're going to do it on the barbecue.
Beef and more beef. But I like barbecues, Dad.
Look at that. That is beautiful. Beautiful bit of steak, nice and thick too. Look at that. And when you get towards the end, just knock that off. And instead of being small, you can just butterfly them up a bit. So you don't cut right through the, oh, didn't that one. Don't cut right through the bottom. Bang, and then you just sort of hit it. Right, then you butterfly it open. Look at that for a nice piece of steak. Oh, yeah. Right, so you've got to trim that black off, which is easy to trim because of how soft it is. But what we're going to do, once we've cleaned all this up, you're going to lose that front bit there, I'm afraid. But I'll find something to do with all the bits and pieces left over. Now I'm going to take all that off. Take the fat out. Oh, I don't like losing the fat. Actually, I'll take a big chunk of that out. I'm going to do something with that a bit later. Take out a little bit of sinew. Right, so that's left us with that little bit of meat there. So it's still a lot of meat, but what we're going to do, I'm going to put that, and I'm going to do that slowly cooked, right? Even though it's really super tender, but I'm going to do some honey balsamic pulled beef sliders, mate. This is going to be unreal. Right, I'll just do a quick clean up, and I'll show you how we put this all together. Right, first what we're going to do is we're going to slow cook that. Right, and these are the bits and pieces you're going to need, and this is pretty it's going to be fantastic when you see that. Right, so we've got our mixture. Right, so we need some chili beer, a cup, red hot Camel's Hoe chili beer. Right, I'm not going to get better than that. Sorry. Right, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire, which I think is about everything I've got in there. Alright, so that's our Worcestershire. Alright, okay. And then we just mix that together. Alright, a bit of salt and pepper. Put that in here, that way it's nice and even. Okay, that's only a bit of salt. Give that a bit of a stir. Stir, stir. Actually, I'll use it. Alright, so give that a bit of a stir. Put that on over the top. Look at that. Oh, we're going to sprinkle a little bit of thyme. About 2 tablespoons. But after a while you get a pretty good idea on what a tablespoon looks like. Alright, so we'll just rub that in a bit. Sprinkle some garlic up over the top. Right, we've got about 6 cloves of garlic. It's going to chuck in there. Right, this is going to be unreal. Pulled pork. This is going to be unreal. Pulled beef. Right, and when you see that, what we're going to do, we cook that for 6 hours. Let's get there. Then I'm going to drain that all off, and then I'm going to make a sauce to go with once I pull the beef out, and then mix it up, and then we cook that again. I'll show you that in just a second.